let's see. So I was working in a private practice and I had my first baby. And after delivery was a little bit complicated and I didn't recover so well from that. And it was really hard. I was having some health things that kept popping up, and again, you kind of attribute everything to being a new mom and stress and trying to work and all those things. So just took it easy, and then I had my second child in 2016, and kind of the same thing happened, just my health went down really quickly. And it's like I just couldn't bounce back. I remember sitting in therapy with my clients and just being in this big brain fog. And I just, again, attribute it to lack of sleep, having a new baby who also had health issues. And so I decided to take a leave of absence, and my employer was amazing about it. She's like, "Yeah, take as much time as you need." And during that time, I just kept feeling worse and worse. So then I was dizzy all the time and found myself just not myself, not having the energy. And then I started fainting, and that was pretty scary. Had a few falls with that, and then had an ER trip, and they just thought that I had migraines. Like, you just have migraines. That's all it is. And knowing my body and knowing what a migraine is, I knew that there was something more to that. And it was, I think I woke up on my 34th birthday, and I knew something wasn't right. Like, my body did not feel right. And standing up was a task. It took a lot of effort to stand. And then a couple of days later, same thing happened. Like, I woke up and I just couldn't walk a straight line. And then by the end of the day, my face went numb and I was like, I'm having a stroke. We're in this field. I know the signs of stroke. I have a blood clotting disorder. I knew that that's what was happening. I couldn't talk, my speech slurred. So ambulance came, went to the ER, and thankfully there was a physician. The ER doctor on staff was very familiar with something called POTS, Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia syndrome. And I had told him my history and what had been happening, and he said, "I think this is what you have. It's a form of dysautonomia." And I never heard these terms before, but at least he kind of had an idea of what may be happening. And so then that started my journey of test after test, neurologist, cardiologist. And yes, I officially got diagnosed with POTS. And with this, it affects your autonomic nervous system, which controls your heart rate, your blood pressure, your temperature, your GI system. And I always compare it to like a car. So you go from an automatic to now you're on manual drive. And that's what happened to my system. All the automatic functions were not working. So now I had to manually make them work. So drinking lots of water, having exercises to build up muscles in my legs to where my blood wouldn't pool and to keep me from fainting, and all these recommendations. So I ended up being bedbound, and because I couldn't even walk to the bathroom without falling. I had to have round the clock care. I have a 4-year-old at the time, an 18-month-old, and it was I just never would have expected this to happen to me at 34 years old and have to have caretakers. And I was laying in bed applying for disability for the fourth time. I had gotten denied 4 times. Their reasons stated, "You are young and retrainable." And I was thinking to myself, "Y- no, you can't deny me for those things alone. Like, I have to pay medical bills. I'm not retrainable. I can't go into the office and this is all I know. This is all I've wanted to be my entire life, was a speech pathologist. And now you're telling me to retrain myself into a different field? No." And then teletherapy just popped in my head. I was like, I can do that. I mean, I can lay down and do teletherapy. I'll prop something up on my lap and, then I can still use my brain and use the things that I want to use and do and still help people. So I started looking at teletherapy jobs. And again, like a lot of them were school based and, it was very specific, very rigid schedules. And I thought, well, with my health, I'm in and out of cardiologist, neurologist all week long. I just had a cardiologist appointment yesterday for another EKG, and 2 weeks before that, I had another echo. I mean, it's a constant thing. So I needed the flexibility, and I thought I've got a lot of clients that I have amazing rapport with. I'll just start my own, and so that's what I did.